Hey everyone, welcome to Mercenaries. Today we're going to learn how to make our own vector lettering using the Live Trace tool in Adobe Illustrator. Before we begin, make sure you have some paper, a pencil, an eraser, a black fine liner, a black Sharpie or thick felt pen, a scanner or camera, and access to Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator. Start sketching your lettering. Try to focus on keeping your stems, ascenders, and X heights consistent. This will help your lettering stay legible and unified. Next, ink the edges of your letters using your fine liner. I'm using an 05 Pilot DR drawing pen. It's an inexpensive pen with a nice dark pigment, but most fine tip pens will work as long as they have black ink. Now fill your letters using your larger pen. A Sharpie or a black felt pen will work, but I'm using a Sharpie paint pen. It's quick to dry and there's no oily sheen like there is with most permanent markers. Clean up any small spots with your fine liner and wait for the ink to dry. Now gently begin to erase your pencil lines. When you're finished, make sure you fix any spots that rubbed off. At this point, you can scan your drawing or take a picture. Live tracing isn't something that really gives a perfect result anyways, so your cell phone camera should be totally fine. Open your image in Photoshop and crop it if necessary by selecting the area and going to Image, Crop. Now duplicate your layer, and with that layer selected, desaturate it by going to Image, Adjustments, Desaturate. Next, create a Levels Adjustment layer. In your Levels layer, click and drag the toggles for the highlights, midtones, and shadows to adjust your contrast. Start by dragging your toggles to where the black data starts on the chart. Now zoom in and make sure you get any leftover gray parts. Make a flattened layer by using Command-Alt-Shift-E and apply a threshold by going to Image, Adjustments, Threshold. What threshold does is it forces everything in your image to either be black or white. Once you're happy with your threshold, you can save your file as a PSD and open up Illustrator so you can live trace it. Place your file by going to File, Place. Now go ahead and click Live Trace. As you can see, the trace wasn't very good, so we're going to tweak some settings. Undo your Live Trace and open your tracing options. I'm working in Illustrator CS5, but in CS6 the Live Trace options are under Window, Image Trace. To make your live trace less bumpy, increase the path fitting. You can turn preview on and off to see your changes. The path fitting is a setting in Live Trace that determines how true to the original pixels your live trace will be. The higher the value, the less close to those pixels it will be, the less pixelated, you could say. Keep adjusting the path fitting until you're happy with the result. It doesn't have to be perfect since we can fix everything after the trace is completed. When you're done, click Trace, then expand your live trace at the top of the window. Now we're going to fix some things by deleting and changing our anchor points. Look for places that are bulging and delete the anchor points that are there. With repeating letters, you can just delete one and copy the other letter. Some anchor points, particularly the ones on curves, will have handles. Change the angle of these handles by using the Convert Anchor Point tool. If you click on an anchor point, the tool will delete the handles. If you click and drag, you can draw out new handles and continue dragging to set the angle. Switch to your Direct Selection tool to change the angle. If you don't, you'll move the handles individually and you'll lose that nice curve. You can also move anchor points independently by using the Direct Selection tool. And that's basically it. Now you have some vector lettering. From sketching to inking to vectorizing this, I think it took me about 20 minutes. Now that you have your vector lettering, you can basically do whatever you want with it. I'm going to mess around with some vector grunge textures, which are available to download for free on our website, mercenaries.com. We hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Comment below if you have any questions, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching!